I'm like kind of like upset about my voice because I've always wondered what my voice sounds like. Dude,
I like
no,
hated
never
my
know.
voice. I was like, wow, this is how it's on you guys, and you guys are my friends. That's insane.
Yeah, so pay up. Hate to break it to you, you've been racking up a bill.
Take Infinity. Hi, thanks for tuning into episode 3 of the Livin Room podcast, a show where we have great conversations with cool people. I'm your host, Captain Alexander.
And I'm Kyla, the nail tech. I don't know, Beyonce of nails, hopefully.
And today we have a special guest. Our special guest is Sandy. Hi, Sandy.
Hello.
She's super cool. She does a lot of cool things. She sings. She does karaoke. She be on TikTok. She's had a bunch of jobs. She has a bunch of cats.
I do it.
She's super cool, but she can be a little fox too. So freaking watch out. Don't think shit too sweet.
You heard the man.
The cats will kill you and they eat you because cats eat dead people. I looked like yesterday. Cats eat dead people.
That's true.
Well, actually, I don't know. I feel like cats like nibble. I don't know if they actually. I think they nibble on you to check if you're alive, while dogs just sit there and stare at you. Like
that was one of the theories, but so. Maybe I lied to you guys, because that was a theory where they might nibble to wake you up. But another theory was they could be nibbling on you to eat you.
A little tasty taste.
At the same time, it's like, maybe you should eat me instead of just suffering until help gets there,
Yeah.
Honestly, my cats try to eat me whether I'm dead or alive. So, I think we know how this ends, guys.
Cats. But hi.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Hey, thanks for coming, dude. Wanted to do like a little icebreaker, we kind of ask you some fun little questions and, kind of get the shit going.
Yes, I would rather have 2 dicks than 1. Thank you.
Like on
and
you?
feed the hungry, sorry. Well, not with my 2 dicks, but yeah, sorry.
Just in general, aside from
saving and world hunger. Sorry. I think you should ask the questions.
Yeah.
Before I answer.
Well, I have one.
Okay.
Sorry, it's not about dicks.
Okay. Damn. Bamboozle.
Sorry. But I have a question. It's, would you rather be able to fly or breathe underwater and see? Because it's dark in the ocean.
I feel like I always hate those questions because I would absolutely waste the power. Mm-hmm. Why am I flying? What part of me ever gave flu?
Well, I mean, I think it's easier than driving,
Well, but it's like
less gas.
Do I still have a 9 to 5? You know what I mean? Like
depends. You're an entrepreneur.
I guess
you could be on TikTok, the flying girly. You'll never
First
get a
of
job
all,
again.
yeah.
You just make TikToks of you flying.
I just feel like I don't think you said breathing underwater. When am I underwater? You
go to the beach all the time. What are you talking about?
She might not swim though.
Yeah.
Some people just like the vibe of the beach.
I just feel like I would want to, if I had a superpower, I would want to give it to someone who would use it often.
Well,
give them the gift.
That's not about them. You could be.
I would use it more like a party trick than anything.
Freaking vlogging, freaking finding new species of
But
fish.
this is the thing, you're talking about blogging and freaking vacationing and when do we get to? That's not do I have to go to work the next day? You know what I mean?
It's totally up to you. I would find some way to monetize off of that, and I definitely, if I could fly, I would not.
You're not afraid of the government coming for you?
Oh yeah,
you're a black man and you can fly.
It's gonna be like
I go to Africa. I just go to Africa. What's it going to become in Africa?
Actually,
everybody black there.
They're already in Africa.
They've done it a good number of times. I'm sure they'll do it again.
Still owns Africa right now. So.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
So no flying for you.
Hey, I'm gonna try though.
I think it would be a cool
try to get me.
Aquatic type superhero or something. Mm-hmm. Something about you just gives gills.
Gills?
How deep?
Like
or like the Black Aquaman from Teen
Titans.
one of them.
Is it?
It's like
I've never seen
I
it.
think they're like adults or something though. Like I forgot
I
what it's
don't
called.
know.
Young. Anyway.
Young Justice? Is
Yeah,
that what
that's
you're thinking?
called
Oh.
Young Justice. There's a Black Aquaman on Young Justice. He's
Diversity
cool.
hire, that's
He's
cool.
cool.
I love that for them.
I didn't wonder where he'd come from because Aquaman was like a white guy with blonde hair. I mean, Aquaman had blonde hair too, so I mean, maybe he just had a black baby mama.
They're trying to be
you know.
inclusive. Maybe he's adopted.
Yeah,
He's
they
a
said the
Robin.
Hulk wasn't enough for the minority hire.
Is he a
How is the Hulk a minority? That nigga's a
He's
Caucasian.
green.
Only when he's
Not all
only
the
when,
time. Only when he's
Just
Hulk.
enough
only
to
when
meet
he's
the
mad.
quota.
Yeah.
Only when he's mad. Usually white folk just turn red when they're mad. So
Yeah.
That's true. Some of them.
I can't talk
real,
because
real
my
white
mama's side be
ones.
showing. I do get red a lot, very, very easy, and I hate it because like when I get teary eyed or like cry, which is like at everything, I get so
Relatable.
freaking red, and it's the most embarrassing thing ever because it's like, no, I'm intimidating and I'm mad. It's like, oh,
just like a cherry.
oh.
Well, since you hated
You're
my
a
first question,
G-star.
I have a different one.
Okay.
What's the worst makeup brand and why?
Worst makeup brand? Okay,
Worst
so
makeup
I hate that because there
just
are
had
so
everything, huh? You just had everything.
I actually do. I do.
Nigga can't win around here.
There are so many. Well, first we need to acknowledge that typically there's like 3 people that own all 50,000 brands. You know,
Sephora. Well, Louis Vuitton.
so it's like you can have a bad makeup brand, but there are other brands that are just as bad because they're being made in the same factories. But also it's like makeup is so different for everybody.
It's subjective.
So yeah, it's very subjective.
Well, what's the worst makeup? What do you hate the most? Like what
I hate
makeup
the
brand?
most.
Like quality wise, not like ethically. mean,
I
like,
just feel like
what
okay.
if
Can
you
we?
use them
Are we
like,
talking
wow,
prestige?
this
Can
is
we?
very low
We're gonna.
quality,
We're
like-
only gonna judge prestige because
what does that mean?
mass.
What's prestige?
So
It's like high end, like Rihanna.
it's
Okay,
like
yeah,
the opposite
that's fair.
of drugstore
Yeah,
because
Yeah,
I'm
'cause,
like,
you know,
yeah.
you can't compare dollar store makeup to freaking, I don't know.
Sometimes they say drugstore has good stuff too, but I haven't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They do have good
Yeah.
stuff. So, I think Black Opal is a black-owned, maybe vegan brand, and it is the best I've ever used for my skin. The foundation, the matches was really good, and whenever I use it, people always, oh my god, your skin is so,
Think positive, I see.
your skin's so. So I love that brand. Obviously, like Juvia's is like black
That's what
girl
I got on
magic.
today.
Same. That's my foundation for today.
I got the not the regular one, the luminous one.
I don't know.
It's in
what.
like a
There's so many
blue
options
bottle.
now.
Yeah.
When I first started working at Ulta, it was literally I think they
know.
were just a hand cap, and now
Yes, they have a whole bay, a bay and an end
and
cap.
I was like a bay and end cap
Yeah.
and
That's
like an off like planogram over
Yeah,
like
and
in
they're
the aisle,
right in the
like
front
an island.
sometimes. too.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So really, really happy about that. I don't think that I've ever used a makeup because I think like once you know enough, and it doesn't have to be a lot.
Yeah.
Once you know enough, you look at it and go, "I'm not going to use this. I'm not going to purchase this."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I don't think I've ever used a makeup brand where I'm like, "Oh my god, this is the worst thing ever."
Yeah.
But there are things that I've used and then I found something better. I'm always finding something
trial and
better.
error.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you've never had a specific like bad experience, but as you've grown more into your makeup journey, you just figure, okay, this just works way better at what I want than this thing does.
Yeah, because what if my objective, because you know, like when the glowy dewy look was coming out, I was
Yeah.
still a matte girly. So like yes, and forever. I think my skin has just naturally gotten so healthy and glowy that I can't do the matte look because my skin just shines bright like
You're
a
just
diamond.
glowing. You
I'm
can't-
just that angelic
can't help
glow
it.
from
Like-
being God's favorite, just like radiate.
It's hard to hide. It's really hard to
I
hide.
just no makeup brand can hide my shine. Yeah, so like I think I just keep finding things like better. Like one thing that I used to have a really hard time was a good primer. Oh god.
Yeah.
And I actually didn't even know like what a good primer was. Like what is primer even doing? I went so
people
long
like-
without
to
using
this day,
it.
Yeah.
what primer does. What does
Hey,
primer do?
you should know what primer is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You a man, right?
Well, I don't prime my paintings. I just paint them and then we're done.
Oh, you are an artist too. I'm
Another-
sorry. I thought we were
yeah.
talking about like
No,
building houses
no.
and painting them for our future
No.
wives.
Maybe I should prime them, you know?
Yeah.
But I just, oh my God, this is done. Next one.
People do prime their canvas, huh?
Yeah.
Good people.
don't.
Those are like the good artists, and then there's you.
Those are the cowards.
Yeah.
I don't need no priming.
You don't need that extra help.
I've never seen Bob Ross
That's a
prime a
little
canvas.
cheat
He just fucking put it on there.
He sells
Oh,
primer.
that's true.
Oh, well, whatever.
Wow, he got us.
His company sells primer.
Well, I'm sure he might have used it. Maybe
I don't know.
Maybe when he was doing it, it wasn't sellable.
He used Magic White. That's what he used.
That's a primer.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
A base and primer.
LOL.
Kind of the same thing.
All right. Okay. Well, I still don't prime. Well, I prime if I'm doing a Bob Ross painting because he does that. But if I'm doing it, I don't know. I'm just fucking.
Well, maybe you should try. You know.
Yeah, they say
you're
it
looking to take
makes
it
it
to the
easier
next
to like
step.
glide on it.
Yeah.
Is that why you guys prime? So it's easier because like if you just put paint on a canvas, it's rough, so it's gonna be kind of scratchy. But if you prime it, so there's a little bit of liquid on it. When you painting, it's not as scratchy. You kind of more. It's easier to flow with the paint. Is that why girls use it for their faces? I don't really know why men
Basically.
use it.
Yeah,
but
I
girls
think
use
maybe.
primer.
I think
And
so.
for longevity, yeah.
Wow. So my whole thing was just so it doesn't like, it kind of creates a smooth base so that
Yeah.
your foundation doesn't like sink into your
Into
pores
your
so
skin,
much. Yeah, because like I was saying earlier, like I have such porous skin. I found a really good primer or a decent primer. Just don't like stand too close.
What primer do you use?
So it actually, I use Benefit. Love Benefit. They have the cutest, the best blushes. Love those. And they just blend. The blush blends very, very well. I heard their foundation. Do they have foundation? Did I lie about that?
I think they do have foundation.
Or
is it
I feel like they
concealer?
at least have
Don't get me lying.
concealer.
I think they
because
have
the
primer and
concealer-
concealer.
Because I remember the concealer, I think, looks like pencils or something.
It's neat.
I think that's why I remembered it.
But I know they're big for their like eyebrow stuff
Yeah.
specifically, and it was the first. So they have these tweezers. Like it was the first pair of tweezers that I saw that had like a brush on the end and like sharpest, best tweezers I've ever freaking used. Next to Tweezerman, I guess.
Yeah.
But love that. Their primer, I think it's a putty primer.
Yes.
Real blurring.
Yeah.
It does a really, really great job. Sometimes I don't even want to put on foundation. It just like looks so great. But I know once I get out into the wilderness, it's just like gonna real. So I was like, let me do it.
Especially now, it's almost summer, you know?
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
hot
I don't know
out there.
why
It's
I
getting
walked
hot
into my
there.
full face era during
Right.
this season. This is like this is the third time I've worn makeup like in a row. It's like, oh my gosh, who am
It's
I?
hard being a freaking
MUA.
full-face girly.
A full
Everyone's
face
always
girl,
like,
yeah.
fresh, clean. I was like, I don't know.
That's me, Garnier.
I'm like, I want you to know I have makeup on.
Easy breezy.
If you think I look natural, let me go back. Like,
People
yeah.
are like, your skin looks so good. I'm like, thank you. But I don't really use a lot of foundation, though, because I don't want it to be too heavy. I want it to still
cakey.
kind of look like skin. So I
Yeah.
just kind of, put a little bit and blend it out.
I think that's healthy because like a lot of people, and I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, social media's the devil, has ruined everything. But social media has allowed people to like kind of distort their reality.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people don't know what natural skin looks like.
Yeah.
So when they see pictures of like, especially celebrities, you see texture or, blemishes underneath their foundation. They're like, oh my God, ew.
It's
So I'm
like, your skin
that's
looks
so-
like that too.
Worse, actually.
Right. Probably worse. than that.
Worse.
Like, they have a team of dermatologists, I'm sure.
Yeah, and then you gotta think about like, I cringe at the thought of the makeup brushes that these artists are using because I'm pretty sure these makeup artists are using the same brushes that they used on Joe Schmo, where they just clean it or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I would literally scream,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's sick to me.
gouge my eyes out
I'm a
with your makeup
celebrity.
brush.
You better
like-
give me a brand new brush. Like,
Yeah.
And then you
but-
got to think about like what brush cleaner are they using? Is it
Right.
actually cleaning it? And then on top of that, am I allergic to anything in those?
Yeah.
Like, so there's so many factors that play
Yeah.
into it, and celebrities are wearing makeup every single day.
Yeah.
So it's like
All
I'm
the
not a nice person, but I do like my brain goes through this process
Right.
of like all the things that could cause it and all the factors that play into it, and that kind of creates understanding. So I'm like, they're better than me. They're better than me. Y'all just gonna have me looking raw and ugly every motherfucking day because.
actually wanted to talk about skincare, so this is kind of okay segue into one of the subjects that I want to talk about. How do you like keep good skin?
Stay
Like
flawless.
while putting on makeup or do this? Because I
Maybe
know you
it's
said you wear
Maybelline.
makeup. I know you're saying you wear makeup 3 days in a row, so you don't normally wear makeup.
Oh goodness, no, and it has nothing to do with being
Goodness,
one of those
no.
girls. By golly, I no, and I'm not one of those girls that are just like, oh my god, like makeup. You're insecure. Like you should embrace what the good Lord gave you. I'm not one of those girls. It's just everything that I do in life is always going to be in competition with a nap. So
A nap?
yes.
That
So
is fair.
it's like, do I want to sleep an extra 30 minutes? Do I want to put on makeup?
Yeah.
I'm already
I'm
asleep.
gonna take that nap. Buddy.
I'm already
So-
asleep. Hey Google, set an alarm for it. Like that is
Right.
yeah. So I don't wear makeup for a multitude of reasons, typically, and then also like I have like a good routine down. So when I do wash my face, I look in the mirror and I love. This is before I put on my glasses, by the way. I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my god, your skin's so glowy. You look so great. Like I'll curl my little lashes and I'm like, natural beauty. And I run out the door and then I look in my car rearview mirror and I'm like, fuck, I should put on makeup. So yeah, that's pretty much the reason why. But I don't like how my face looks on camera without makeup.
Yeah.
That is the problem. That is the devil. So, the past couple of nights I've been going out and I know there's going to be pictures. And I know like sometimes
People
like I'll
love
go
going out
out
taking
and
pictures.
people, they'll, oh my God, you're Sandy, right? And they'll, not to sound like,
No, I mean,
no.
it has nothing, barely
Another
anything
question
to
I
do.
Nothing I want to talk about. 'Cause I know you're famous on the internet.
No, that's a very big F you use there. It barely has anything to do with like my platform. That's part of it, but I also never leave the house. So when people do see me, and also, a lot of people don't look the same in real
Right.
life than they do on the internet. So when people see me, they're a little bit like,
they're like, is that her?
yeah. And it's like, I never leave the house. I'm always on the internet. And it's like, do I really look like that? So, and like the last time I went out, am I allowed to say like bar names and stuff, like real
I mean, I guess we can edit it out.
I mean,
or,
I'm
it's
sure you'll
not,
be fine. It's not like you're talking shit about it. or
Oh,
anything,
yeah.
but,
No, the last time I went to like the Highlander, I never
Yeah.
really go out there. I'll go to like every now and then for like live music and stuff and terrible food. Oh, I guess you can edit that out. Sorry. But I went to the Highlander because I think it was like Cinco de Mayo and like everything
Yeah.
was closed.
Okay.
That was the only place that was open, and so we all went out there, and so many people were coming up to me like, "Oh my gosh, hi, da da da." People I haven't seen in a long time, or people that I've been friends on the internet for a long time and never
Yeah.
met in person. Like just a bunch of different types of people, different types of connections, and they're like asking to take pictures of me. I'm like, and I literally like kind of like whispered to myself. I was like, I
How
feel
does
like
that feel? That's
I feel like a
overwhelming,
celebrity
honestly.
right now.
Is that like,
And
I made
Whoa.
it?
oh my gosh, never I made it. Never that. Never
Well, at
gave
least
that.
point a
But-
milestone,
Well, everything always feels so unreal. Because like when I whispered to myself, like, oh my gosh, I feel like a celebrity right now, LOL. Like my friend was like, you kind of are, you know?
Yeah.
And so like it really, I have a way of kind of like, I look at myself in the mirror every day. I'm a regular regular.
Yeah.
So like that's how
You-
I see
you
myself.
See that.
Yeah.
But I said you're a celebrity because you have like 60K followers on TikTok and you have videos with like 90K views, 80K views,
Well, actually,
70K
some of them are
views,
like in the
you know?
900,000. Yeah.
Correct him.
Excuse me, and this is
didn't
why I
do the
call her
research.
famous. And
And
she's
it's actually,
like, whoa,
well,
no.
no, I say it's so
Whoa.
unreal because I
Whoa.
hit like over 100,000 followers on TikTok, and I haven't posted in over a year, and I still have 60,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like
I
not.
look today. Yeah, 60K followers right now.
Yeah.
So it's crazy because like not only do I have the followers, they're so loyal.
Yeah.
And they're honestly like so amazing. Like a lot of people, because haters are gonna hate, you know. So they're always just like, oh, these aren't your friends. They don't care about you. They're only following you because you're pretty. First and foremost, there are so many beautiful, pretty girls, women on the internet.
That's TikTok's thing
that
right
have
now.
like
Everybody's hot on TikTok, so you know it's not just because you're hot, you know.
Yeah, because and they'll have like 12 followers, and I'm like, whoa, they're posting way better content than me. They're like way prettier. They're like way this, way that.
It should be funny.
And it's crazy. So it's like, you know, that shows you right there. There's a combination of reasons why people follow me, and you know, and I hate when people are like, oh, these are, because I don't know. I kind of do consider, especially like my most loyal, like my top, been here for a long time. I do consider them friends. Like there's so many different types of friendships out there. I think that I can consider this a friendship. It's just not your traditional or what you may consider, you know, the only friendship or the standard for friendship. But I could dead ass call one of them and be like, hey, I'm in a really bad spot right now. Can you like, is there any way you can help out? And they're like honored that I even asked them over everybody else. They're like, oh my God,
like you chose me.
I get to give you money. Let me go to the bank right now.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's so unreal because one of the main things is that like a lot of people aren't really pushing to help, especially without getting anything in return. And you know, we talk about pretty privilege, and I don't deny pretty privilege. I don't invalidate, you know, people's opinions on it, and I'm not dismissing the fact that it exists, but I think it was more of a privilege and a more beneficial thing to have back in the day when women didn't have as many rights. Because pretty privilege was used to basically manipulate men to get to where they need to be. Because men were the people in charge. So now it's like, you know, now that I don't need you to, you know, have a bank account. Now it's like when it comes to pretty privilege, you have people that do what they think you want them to do so that they can get what they want out of you. Or people go, oh my gosh, people go out of their way to sabotage you and make sure you do not get any bit of what you want or need because they feel like everybody just throws everything at you. So it's kind of unreal because that's my experience with being pretty.
Jealousy is so crazy, you know?
And then, you know, I didn't know I was pretty to society until like a certain age because I grew up black. You know, you grow up black and you think you're growing up ugly, but really, so there's a lot of like I said, there's so many factors that play into it feeling so unreal. But I remember I was in West Virginia and my tire just fell off my car while I'm driving.
Like down the street.
Oh my God, that freaking...
I felt something like dragging.
You're like, oh my God, whose tire is that? Wow.
And I'm that person that just turns up the music and...
It's like, well, it wasn't me.
But I was like, this actually sounds really, really bad. I'm like, what is dragging against the ground? And thankfully, I turned into a parking spot, or I was about to turn into a parking lot because that's when my tire literally was just like hanging off. It was still connected by something, but it was like literally hanging off, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, and I'm driving this like raggedy little Outback, and
I'm
people
surprised nobody
like
stopped and was like, hey, nigga, you're fucking...
Oh no, never that. They're just like, oh, look at this idiot. So I sat out there and
Damn.
you know, if any of my followers see this, they actually might remember this day. But I sat out there in the hot sun in my little Cheddar's uniform, just trying to figure out what to do. But someone, like, I went live because that's what I always do when I'm like freaking out. I'm like, guys, what do I do? And that's also another thing, like not having like adult skills or like learning too many things to be able to go live and ask a bunch of other adults like, what do I do in this situation? And one of my followers, Stein 101, I think his name is, he sent me whatever I needed to get the situation taken care of. And honestly, that takes it takes so much pressure off of you when you're like, okay, I just need to figure out how to get from A to B rather than like, oh, who do I call and how do I get this and what does my bank account look like and work, and of course I called work and they were still like,
are you coming in?
What, you got into a car crash?
Are you gonna come
so you need an Uber?
Do you want one of us to come pick you up?
It's coming out of your check, but we'll get it.
Yeah, they have some mean ones. time for the wheel fell off my car, and I was like,
I don't know.
it was my first car. It like came completely
So the wheel came totally off.
Yeah. And to this day, my mom still brings it up, and I was just like, and she'll laugh about it. I'm like, you can't laugh at that. That's not funny. Like, it didn't happen to you.
That's terrifying.
I can laugh about it. That's what I was saying. I was like, I could have fucking died. And you're sitting here laughing.
So what happened? Did you get the tire? Like,
yeah, we just had to put it back on because I had so many tire issues at that point. I just knew how to put a tire on. So.
Where were you at? Like, were you on the highway or like were you like?
I was
on the back road where it wasn't too many cars.
Village.
Oh, okay. So it
wasn't on a back road.
Did it like hit any other car?
No, because I was going around a corner, so I guess it kind of like hit the side and stopped. It didn't go too far, but I was just like, oh my god, it was such a tiny street too. It was right on the curb, and I was like, oh god. But I just put it back on, and it just kept going. I was on the way to work too.
It's always on the...
Yeah.
It's always when you're going somewhere you need to be.
Yeah.
Like,
and
why
don't
can't my car
be.
fuck up when I'm going nowhere?
Actually, no. I would rather it fuck up when I'm on the way to go somewhere I don't want to be.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So I'm heading to my homie's party and my tire falls off. No. That's my 13th reason.
Oh, man. It's funny because you brought up how you were in your little Tedder's uniform, you know, crying and freaking and I feel like maybe that's why people like fucking because they've seen you from so many places. Like you've been to Cheddar's, you've been to Best Buy, you've been to the restaurants,
cartoons,
you know, to
where like there's one person like the Amazing World of Gumball, how the one dude works at like all the stores. Like that is literally me.
Looks like French fries.
I was going through comments and niggas like, damn, how many jobs she got? Like someone was like, I swear, I think she just gets a job just to have backgrounds for a TikTok dancer. And it was like that's how I was feeling because it was like oh, now I'm in the back of a restaurant. Yeah. It was like, oh, now I'm a customer at Best Buy. It was like,
and it was so funny because I have so many other friends who are also in different industries. So especially in West Virginia. So I knew this one girl who worked at Best Buy who also worked at Dairy Queen. So, you know, she would unlock the store and we'd go in there and like, and so I would have even more backgrounds for my TikToks. And they're like, oh, is this her next place? Is this where she's working now?
They'll never know.
Oh, man. I love it.
Yeah, it was always so fun.
It's because I was wondering, like, how do you do that at work? And our managers are like, God damn it, Sandy, stop TikToking.
No, first of all, I need y'all to understand everywhere I've ever worked, I have always been the personality hire. I promise you. I remember.
I can see that.
My very first job, I'll never forget. Cookout. And when I was leaving, I remember one of my managers looked at me and was just like, Sandy, and I need you to understand. Very, very first job, very first time, like I was so fresh out of the house and just like knew nothing about myself, the world, you know, I want you to know I was so like clueless. I didn't even know why people had jobs. I thought that people had jobs because that's what you do when you're an adult.
Like you're supposed to.
Where'd you get money from?
I don't think I got that far. Like I felt like maybe.
Did you not know what money was?
I thought that. Well, I didn't understand the concept of like how much money. I didn't understand the concept of surviving off of money. I thought poor people were just poor because they're poor and rich people are rich because they have a lot of money, you know? And so I thought that maybe people got jobs. I thought all jobs kind of covered the bills unless it's like what society has deemed like, you know, bottom of the barrel, blah, blah, blah. So I just, when I say very, very warped sense of, so I was so happy to work at Cookout.
Yeah.
So happy, and I think I was living with my sister at the time for a little bit, and I was just giving her money to help out with the bills. I didn't even know what bills we had. I was just, you know,
so you're just like making money and you're just
making money and just so as long as I had enough for a bottle and like some food, and you know, at Cookout their trays are $5 when you work
not
there.
Anymore.
Really?
I feel like they're more now.
I don't go to Cookout.
But I haven't been to Cookout in a while.
Yeah.
And I don't really eat there.
I can't. I will die. When I say I haven't eaten every freaking combination you could ever think of, like
the menu is so big too. Like, it's overwhelming.
Times 1,000, I have eaten it. Oh my gosh! Because you know, like I said, the trays were $5,
right?
And when you work there, you get half off.
Ooh.
It's $2.50.
Fat fuck say what? Like I was eating so. And you know, if the managers like you or whatever, and we all know fast food managers, they are like.
They have favorites.
They have favorites. Such a great way to put it.
For sure.
So like I was, when I say 30 pounds heavier, just living my best life, milkshakes every day, all day, like
thick ass.
Listen, my manager used to get like J-Rod, shout out. He used to get these tortillas, and he would open up the Oreos and put a slice of cheesecake on there, close the Oreos, right, wrap it up, throw it in the deep fry.
Wow.
Ice cream, caramel, chocolate. Hey, J-Rod, are you hungry? I'm hungry. Because, like, whatever the managers make, I'm under the impression that they didn't have to pay for it. So if you got food from them, you really, like...
Didn't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
It's on the company.
So, but yeah, when I was leaving, my manager was just like, Sandy, wherever you go, don't do the shit you do here. And guess what? I still do it.
The same shit every day.
Because I was just too happy to work there, you know? And I was like a Disney princess. Just like, oh, you want me to run drive-through and shakes and, you know, make my, sure.
You're trying to do it, you can.
Oh my gosh. And it was just a game to me. I was just like, you know, working this and working that and have a nice day. My pleasure. Like,
it's so funny because looking at your TikTok, I get the bar person's vibe. You always have like this big ass smile on and you're just dancing, your goddamn hair just goddamn shaking in the wind, you know? You do a little point. That was a Sandy classic. Niggas love it.
People either loved it or hated it.
The kids went crazy for it.
Oh, yeah, the crowd went wild. Back in the good old days, I peaked, definitely.
Great.
But yeah, and West Virginia was so beautiful too. So like having those backgrounds, like some people were just like, are these edited in?
Were you on TikTok? Because I feel like I didn't see a lot of like your TikToks.
Did you ever move there?
No.
Oh no, you're being serious. I thought you were joking.
No.
Oh, okay. Wait, what was the question?
Like, did you do TikToks in West Virginia? Because I feel like I didn't see any of those like on your page.
So actually, you had already known me before I, blew up.
Yeah. So humble brag.
Modest even. Yeah, I created an account back in 2020. One of this girl, she approached me. I was working at a liquor store while working at the Vietnamese person.
A liquor store.
At a liquor store. And this girl came up to me and she was like, I guess she was like trying to impress me or whatever, and she was just like, oh my god, I have to do a TikTok with you. And that was back that was back
she
when
done unleashed the beast. she don't even know what she started.
Created a monster. But that was back when TikTok was like, oh my god,
on TikTok?
It wasn't that Musical.ly.
That was back when it was cringy to be on TikTok.
Yeah.
And then what's the name? Pinky Dog came out with NBC and started making a bunch of money, and niggas are like, hold on, maybe I should be on TikTok too now.
That's exactly how my
TikTok
story
cool
goes.
now.
Like, she was like, I need to do a TikTok with you. And I was like, oh my God, do I look 12 ill, And then she told me how much money she was making like a week, a month on there. I said, you said it was TikTok. So, actually,
the Chinese one?
4 years later, we still haven't done a TikTok together. But that was the start of my first account. And when I say flop, did not, I think it was just because I was doing it for all the wrong reasons. Like I was trying to do what I thought people would like. I didn't really even have a passion for any of this. I didn't really, but thankfully it was during a time where I really wasn't like, no, I think it was really hard to do it while you're like in your hometown too, because people are like, they're like, what are you doing? Look at this stupid bitch,
Right?
And I got bullied a lot here, a lot. Like bitches were so mean, like
a lot of mean ass losers in this fucking city.
Don't come, because I'll never forget like this girl. She
the cool guys too, like people who listen to this podcast. You guys are cool. You're not mean losers.
Humble brag.
No, I was walking downtown. We ran into each other, I think at like Arts in the Hearts. And I was like, oh my God, hey girlfriend, da da da, woo woo woo. And she was like, yeah, da da da. And we're like really like gabbing it up. And I was like, I gotta run back to my place real quick to grab something. Da da da. When I got up to my place, I got a message request from a random person. And this girl said, hey, is this you? Yeah. And I look at it, and the girl I had just
was chopping it up with.
Oh my gosh. She was posting pictures of me. Her and another girl I have been friends with forever. Not forever, like a couple of years, but they were my only friends.
Feels like forever.
Yeah, especially at that age, you know, like you're not even, I can't even drink legally, you know? And when you go to parties with these people, like you bond over the laws that you're breaking. And so like we're really good friends, or so I thought. They're posting pictures of me in an eyebrow shaming group.
What?
Thank you.
Why is there an eyebrow shaming group? That's very
a secret eyebrow shaming group.
That's ridiculous.
Understatement. Like when I say, and it's the ugliest of bitches too. Like cracked out, you know, baby daddy left them. One of them actually got beat by the, like when I say
Jesus
in the
Christ.
paper, like went to jail and everything.
You-
like,
One of the girls I was making fun of you?
Hold on. So,
okay.
So you're
I was
telling
just
me
like, wait.
a crackhead who was in a domestic abusive relationship had the nerve to come out of her mouth and talk to about somebody else?
Of all the things, my eyebrows. And it's crazy because both of these bitches was missing their little scrappy doo ass eyebrows. And
They just
so
had the line.
No, it was so patchy, like patchy, blocky.
Is
like
that the thing you made a TikTok about her? I think, or us.
I
She said something, and you were like, you could have said something. You saw me in person, but I guess being fake is easier for you.
Why do you remember that,
Bro? You were standing on business. I love that. You were like, I just saw you, and you talking shit about me. What's up? And she was like,
What's good?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean like that. Like, well, too fucking bad.
She said,
Like,
I said I'm sorry.
Does
like,
that make it
I said
better?
you look good in person, blah, blah, blah. It's like,
She was
man,
really trying to downplay it. I was like,
really a loser.
She was just trying to bring you
You're
down.
a big
with
old
her.
fucking loser.
big fuck. I was like, and it really made me look at the people, because, you know, they try to make you feel crazy when you're just like, I don't think these people like me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, and then they prove it, and then they try to like dismiss it like it wasn't a big deal. And it's not a big deal. My whole thing is there's so many things about me that are very valid to hate. You know, like I can give you a list of things that are just absolutely terrible about me, and you can run with it. But my eyebrows, bitch, if there's anything, if there was
Pick something
ever,
valid. That's how I know you lost. He's talking about something that is obviously untrue.
so some
How
of the
dare
people
you.
was like, hey, like this girl is gorgeous. Did she steal your man's or something? Like, what's going on? She
They're like,
started
is this revenge? Is this a revenge pose?
then she started like scratching out my face, like, and then just leaving my
She was
eyebrows.
like, just
and
focus on the
posting it.
brows.
Yeah.
This is a brow shaming group.
That's so crazy.
Yes.
That,
So it was always like really like nerve wracking to like post stuff here, because I knew there was a bunch of people that were just like, and I receive that energy. I feel that energy in the pits of my ass, and I just don't do well with anxiety and bad, you know, energy and stuff. So first account flopped. Moved to West Virginia, and like you said, I was working part-time job. Like I just, everything's such an experiment to me. Like so I quit everything and never drove a truck in my life. Drove a 15-foot U-Haul, 10 hours to West Virginia. Just packed up and left in within 2 weeks of agreeing to go. So I get up there and I'm just like, you know, wandering into these places and finding these jobs. I'm like, oh, I've never done this before. Oh, this would be cool. So I ended up like working at Best Buy,
like it's a video game
Cheddar's.
thrill. Like, oh, this sounds fucking fun. I'll be at a liquor store today.
It's the same.
You know what today?
$15 an hour.
You
Okay,
know?
cool, yeah. And it was cool because I was working in so many different, like, not so many, but like very different industries at one time.
Yeah.
So, you know, Best Buy sells everything, you know, appliance wise, video game wise, like household items. They sell toothbrushes and tweezers and
So my Premiere I bought from Best Buy.
yeah, love Best Buy. And so they're
Sponsor, nigga.
oh my gosh, if I could be the flow of Best Buy, my entire life would be so freaking made. It's not even funny.
Bro,
She started doing Best Buy videos and just.
That was my favorite
Somebody will
Sandy
see
era.
it.
Was the Best Buy era?
That's the Best
You was
Buy
killing that
daddy.
Best Buy.
They hated me. They all hated. And it was so funny because like when I first went viral, I was so convinced I was cute. When I say I was that girl, and then I read the comment, like I say it was blowing up. I was getting 1,000 followers within like 30 minutes. I was like, oh my god, they love me, they really love me. And I just didn't know what was going on. And I look at my comments, and they're like, LOL, look at Shaq, and I'm like, Shaquille O'Neal?
What?
And I'm like, I look at the video, and there's a freaking poster of Shaquille O'Neal in the background, just like, as I'm like
my
dancing in
God.
front of him, just like, yeah.
Someone should have tagged him.
Oh, they tried. They definitely tried to tag him. I wanted his response so bad. And then, they started doing this thing. Like, other people at Best Buy started, like, duetting my videos and stitching and stuff.
Not you, the OG.
Like, no, if you actually look, I actually am. And it's the coolest thing ever because when people dub me the Best Buy baddie, I own that hashtag for
Good hashtag.
a good year or so.
I would have saved it as a
girls.
freaking Instagram name so you could have it. Like, I wouldn't even use that. I'd just be like, it's mine.
Just in case I want to use it,
Yeah.
I'm the Best Buy baddie.
And it's so cool because I was actually just talking to somebody how like everything kind of like just fell into place because I wouldn't have made it back here. I wouldn't be working, a corporate job if it weren't for me growing my social media accounts. I wouldn't have grown my social media accounts if it wasn't for the Best Buy baddie thing. I wouldn't have ended up at Best Buy if it wasn't for, because what part of me gave tech savvy? Never, ever gave Geek Squad. So I would not have worked there. But when we went to when I moved to West Virginia, my roommate he was like, I think his phone charger was broken or something. So he was like, oh, there's a Best Buy where, by our place. I was like, okay. We walk in and I'm laughing. I'm like recording a video because all of their like advertisement, all of their posters hanging up, diverse as hell.
Oh, okay.
I have never, ever
Shout out
seen
Best Buy. I see y'all.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's for show or what, but I will say like I've that's one of the jobs where I never, ever. Well, the Best Buy here, one of the girls kept saying that I looked like this girl and that girl, and it was literally just another black girl. But
enough, sweetie, you look just like her. Oh my god!
You guys can be. And then she like saw like the look on my face and was like, "Oh, I didn't mean to be offensive. You're way prettier than her."
So she was white.
Oh, absolutely, and a crackhead. So, but yeah,
Not a crackhead.
It was so diverse. I'm like
The white folk
recording.
didn't matter.
Oddly enough, she worked truck. Warehouse girl.
Maybe she was stealing stuff and stuff.
They were probably like shipping
Probably
crack.
Doing crack in the back of the dang warehouse vans together. Hey, we didn't unload this. Time for a little break.
We got some laptops in the back. Yeah, but no, we went in there to get a charger, and the girl's like, we need some people for like seasonal. Starts at $15 an hour, and so I was like, oh, I got bills to pay. So, so if I don't know if I would have ever gone into Best Buy if his phone charger wasn't broken and like all of those things kind of.
So you're telling me that you literally walked into Best Buy to get a phone charger and you walked out with the job? That's what's the most insane shit I ever heard in my whole entire life.
You've heard some really lame things.
No, I feel like that's good because it's hard to get hired at Best Buy. I feel like
I've applied to Best Buy
and Best Buy
like 7 times.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is salt. He's like bitter.
He's walked in there like, hey, I'm Sandy.
That's because you went to the one here. You got to go to the one in West Virginia. This one, they said we already have.
Do you like black people in West Virginia? Like, I feel like that doesn't seem like a place where I'd go and they'd be like.
I feel like if it was regular Virginia.
People.
Regular Virginia is kind of okay, I think so. West Virginia, thankfully, I landed in Morgantown. Had no idea it was a college town until I got there. And so, a lot of people that go to that college come from all over. So Morgantown is going to be your most diverse area of West Virginia.
So it wasn't that bad in Morgantown.
I feel like the racism. Excuse me. I think the racism there is more so like I don't know. They want to be the South so bad.
Like microaggressions, maybe.
I think they're just like so taken off guard. You're kind of just like this majestic creature that wandered in, and they're not allowed to like shoot it and put it in a museum anymore. So, but down here they're like, shoot it. Yeah. But I feel like the people that are racist up there, they're very much like, the South don't like y'all, and we want to be the South so bad. I got my Confederate flag up, like,
my God, was Virginia even
Virginia
part of the Confederacy?
Like right on the border.
No,
I was like, I don't think Virginia was in the Confederate. I don't think so.
I don't think so. I'm like
doubtful.
almost. When I say almost positive, don't have me on here looking dumb.
No,
But if y'all Google it after this, edit this part out. But I'm almost positive they were not, and so that's why when I realized that,
Virginia definitely was in the South.
just for like a little screen crawl.
Maybe regular Virginia, but I don't think West Virginia.
I don't know. But once I realized that, like, I don't think you guys are the South, and they were like, that's what made me go, okay, they want to be the South so bad because that's the way they act. But like, it's one of those things like here, and I always say that there's a before 2020 experience as a black person, and then a now black experience for black people. But you know, in general, when I'm down here, people are touching my hair without my permission. They're saying I look like, you know, a damn troll. There's like so many comments that I get unsolicited. People just literally, me walking out of Walmart, I had this lady like grab my hair and like pull on it. She was like, and she gave me a business card to a salon. And she said, "You look like a big old bush. Let me help you." Like it would, and they always try to act like they're helping you.
Southern hospitality.
I call it toxic hospitality.
Yeah.
Because that's how it is here in the
That's
South. But
word.
in West Virginia, like I'm walking out of the bathroom and I have my natural hair out and this old lady's just like as I'm walking around her, she's just like, you know, trying not to
Like
touch
she's scared.
me. But not scared, but like, whoa, I've never seen anything like you before.
Which is insane.
No, I kind of did that. I used to
Dance, monkey, dance.
I used to know this girl who she moved from somewhere. It was some white ass fucking place. And she was saying things, and I was like, "You can't say that." Like, she asked me what kind of like black I was. I was like, "Bro, you can't say that to people."
Let's get at the source. Let's find a new way of
but like
that
literally
question.
the place where she was, there just was not black people, and I had to explain like, "Hey, you can't do that." And we were freaking driving in the car. She said like, and we're in like a song. She's like, "No, I said in a song." I was like, "Bro, that's not okay. You can't even if it's in the song.
Yeah,
it's still not okay." It's wild. Some people really just do not see black people, so they see them the first time and they're like, "Whoa,
yeah,
that's crazy, bro."
And then as a pretty girl, I think people in general feel more entitled to you because anything that people benefit from, they naturally feel like they have some type of attachment or entitlement to it. And so like if their eyes are, you know, visually benefiting from the look of you, like I have people like touch my skin or like again touch my hair or just like ask really, really weird questions. And people, and the funniest part about living in West Virginia, everybody knew I wasn't from there. And
Because of the way you talked?
Because I had all my teeth. That was
Because you had all your teeth?
That was literally the thing that they will always say.
Said,
"Where are you? You're not from here, are you?"
You too many teeth being from West Virginia, girl.
No, for real.
You ain't been in enough fights, or I don't know.
No, there's a really, really bad drug problem out there. Like I witnessed
like in Utah.
An overdose. Like, you know, gosh, what is it called? Hulu had a mini series on it. Dope Sick. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I heard about that. Yes.
So I don't know if you watched it. Really, really good series. But at the end, and I'm sitting in West Virginia watching this shit. At the very end, it says based on true events taking place in West Virginia. I said, it all makes
like
sense.
the place I'm living right now.
Right. It's like, is this story about us?
Yeah. So like, actually, when you're walking downtown and stuff, like witnessing an overdose is just super normal. It's totally freaking normal. Yeah, so I was actually scaling a building because everybody rock climbs out there. People rock climb out there, okay? So I'm scaling a building, and I was like, "Oh
Casually,
no!"
I was scaling this building, and then I saw the crackhead dying in the street. It was wild.
That is how the story goes. I had my water bottle, and I sat because I'm talking with my friend or whatever, and I sat it down on my phone like this. And so he's like, "Oh, we can go up this way." And so we like start climbing. And of course, I'm like, "Oh no, I left my phone down there."
Yeah.
So he's about to jump down and like go back and get it. But then he stops and he like, you know, holds me back. And there's two guys and they're carrying this girl, like dragging her across the street. She's like overdosing. And they actually grab my water bottle. They grab my water bottle and give it to her.
You saved your life.
Yeah.
And so after they get, you know, over there a little bit, he jumps down, grabs my phone, and we like dip. And it's actually kind of funny because we didn't want to climb back down. So
yeah, I would have been looking at him like
one of the windows were open.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, we're in the building.
we went in, We opened up the window.
I was scaling down this building. The cats did a B&E, you know.
Really?
We were just chilling in there until the cops came.
Well, when we opened the window, the alarms didn't go off. I still don't know what this place was. It was like, it had to be like an important building. It was like elevators and I think conference rooms and things like that. So I don't know if it was like a library or like, I don't know what this place was. We opened the window, no alarms go off, right? So I stick my little hand in there, nothing happens. We're like, okay, cool. He jumps in, I jump in. We're like, cool, made it. Take one step. And we're like, fuck.
Oh my God.
And so like we had already closed the window and like we're like struggling. So we like we managed to like run down the stairs and like get out of the building.
So you guys didn't even go out the window. You guys ran down the stairs.
We had to.
That was the only way out.
And we were just hoping that, you know, and when the building is locked and you go out of an exit, you know, it sounds off alarms and we're like, the alarm's already on anyway.
Yeah, mine's already on.
Might as well.
And we already made it like down and around and we got to this other place that's like has a rooftop. So we're at the rooftop of that place and we see like cars pulling up to the building and like, all these lights and stuff going on and off and the alarm's still like ringing. Yeah. We're like, damn, y'all got some real fucking degenerates in this town. Gosh. Yeah, so crackheads, they're and it's like I don't even like making that joke because it's not even crackheads. Like they're so many people are addicted.
What do you call them? I don't know.
My Cheddar's manager overdosed on heroin in the bathroom.
Jesus Christ.
Like died?
Oh no.
Okay.
But still,
that's legend has it.
I was just making sure.
She said, "Oh, that's not even bad. She ain't fucking died."
She's like, whatever.
No, because I feel like usually when I hear overdose, it like leads to a death. But you know, there's
sometimes
Narcan and stuff. So
Demi Lovato's alive.
That's true. That's true.
Shoot, we were watching 6 Days In yesterday, and some girl was like, "I've been fentanyl for 2 years, and I only died twice." Like what?
Yeah, she said I almost died twice.
What?
I was like, what? Okay.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
Did you put that on your resume?
I mean, maybe jail resume. You know, so that niggas respect you in jail. Yeah, I've been fentanyl for 2 years, and I'm still not dead.
Oh, that would actually be great to have like some type of, you know, chart for when you go into, so people know who to fuck with and who not.
Maybe not for like the, you know, child molesters and stuff.
No, actually, yes, like for them.
Well, yeah,
they
specifically anyway. For them.
Usually the guards will be like, "Hey, this guy has this charge."
Chomo.
Get him. Yeah, but it's real bad out there. And then I was also like smoking a lot, but that was kind of like one of my favorite things about being in West Virginia because one of my friends who worked at Cheddar's, she has her little, you know, card, and we just ride out to PA and go to the dispensary and just re-up and I loved it because I had like so many streams of income from all my different jobs. So Cheddar's was literally just like free food. When I say I had all my bases covered, so Ulta would cover like my makeup, skincare, body, hair care, and then Old Navy. That's where I got all of my clothes. And I was also like barely 100 pounds when I was out there. Food is terrible, by the way. So I wasn't eating as much, and I was just shopping at the kids section in Old Navy, and I would all of my stuff. I would find $65 pair of joggers for like 97 cents.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, like so I ended up with so many clothes from there, and then Best Buy handled like my gaming stuff, my, you know, like lights and whatever else for social media, and then Cheddar's. When I say I was in the kitchen cooking my meal prep.
That's the best part of working for food. I swear. It used to be me at Steak and Shake. I'm like, what am I gonna take home tonight for dinner? I'm gonna make some fries. I'm gonna make a shake.
Table meat.
To go. Yeah, but she worked in the kitchen, and I was actually, so I wasn't waiting tables at Cheddar's. I don't know if you knew that or not, but I was the expo there. I had never even heard of that position before.
What is expo?
Expediter.
Yeah, expedite the food at the pass.
He said,
like you sat where they were like getting tickets out, you know?
Yeah, so I'm the middleman basically, like, and it was so much conflict between back of the house and front of the house. So like the cooks weren't allowed to talk to the waiters and vice versa. So they would have to, because you got to think about it, there's like 10, 12 waiters. Well, yes. And there's also like a dozen waiters and only like 3 cooks back there. So you have like 10 hands in the window fucking shit up and grabbing things and crying about this and that. So they would have to ask me, and I'm like, all right, you know, and it's great because like
Right.
all I did was get free food. I get to yell at the waiters, and you know, the cooks loved me, and the managers were like, they never wanted to really piss me off because the entire place is a shit show without an expo.
Oh yeah.
I remember there were days where I got called in, and a waiter would see me and be, Sandy's here. Sandy's here. And like she would run back to the kitchen. She's like, oh my God, Sandy's here. And everybody's like, thank God. And I get there and like all my stuff is prepped. And like, we did this for you and we did that for you. And I'm just like, this is going to be a terrible day. Yeah. But so I, you know, one of the girls in the back, every Friday we get that paycheck. All right. What we eating? Stop by Krispy Kreme in the dispensary.
So you work a lot. What did you do for fun? Like, were there fun things to do in the fucking state? Or, because I know you said you go to Pennsylvania and get the dispensary. But was there not shit to do in
So I would like to say, because I have a problem, that was honestly like the most fun part of my life. Like working in 4 different environments, having those 4 different experiences. And you know what? I love that period of my life so much because
a lot of niggas don't get to have fun at work.
Yeah. And like I said, personality hire. So you gotta understand, like, granted, there were people that didn't like me, obviously. But when I say, haters. Like, I would come in and I'm always cracking jokes and making people laugh. And I'm just, like, you know, throwing shit and just being funny. And so if I was in a bad mood, like, people are like, okay, what's really going on?
Oh, yeah.
You know? And plus, I'm like, hot 24/7. I shouldn't be in a bad And then on top of that, I'm like doing social media. I'm outside dancing on my breaks. And then I was also door dashing for extra income. So I could learn.
Like not needed money, but you always had enough money for whatever you wanted to do.
Just enough. Yeah. And it was always, it's so gorgeous out there, so beautiful. So I got into hiking, I got into rock climbing. But also Pittsburgh was only like an hour and some change away. So I was going to, Stage AE. Shout out. They had so many punk concerts there. So I got to see Mayday Parade again, A Day to Remember. I got to see Taking Back Sunday for the first time. Like, I would go to concerts like every other week, every month. So there was honestly, people who live there would say that there's nothing to do, but a lot of them just like college students.
They're not even there to live. They just kind of there to go to school.
And they party and they go downtown. And downtown life is not super great for people who like enjoy the culture because there's like none out there. Yeah, there's one place where the Negroes go. And it's called the Bank.
Oh, like a bank.
And
niggas like their money.
I will never forget the first time I went there. I think it was the first time. It was this girl who didn't like me, which you guys would love the stories about like my dating life out there. And that was where all the tea was. Because the only reason I even created a Tinder was because a lot of my followers were like, we need story time.
So you're like, let me do research.
To go on dates. Just talk about them.
We would be on together like swipe left, swipe right. Okay. So, but anyway, this girl who was dating one of the guys that I was dating, thank you. She only really, that was like the only white guy that she had ever been with. And I'm so carefree. I'm so don't give a fuck. So I'm just always like, I like to sing. And she's just like always just like boiling. Like, I wish I hated her. Like, I wish I could find something that, you know. And so she only really dated black guys or at least fucked them. And she took us to the bank. And I'm like, whoa, okay.
Wait, y'all were together?
So, okay.
So it was you, his other shorty, and him?
So I need you to understand.
It's
actually much worse than that because his ex-wife was there too.
So he had 3 of them. Damn.
He's just a mess. Wow. He just
what's his name? Must be small.
Too small. Yeah. Anybody that I've ever like fell out with, I'm still like in decent communication with them if it wasn't anything too terrible because I know that when I visit, they're going to be like, for example. So I was seeing him and another guy, right? And he was seeing me and another girl.
So y'all was always doing your own thing. So it wasn't really that. It wasn't that special. It wasn't that.
It wasn't until he started getting way too jealous, and then he started getting really too jealous, and then she was like showing up at the house, and I'm just like, oh my God, someone's drunk. It was like, and they hated me because I was just like LOLing.
Is it me? Oh my God.
And I'm just so LOL about everything. So, but one time we got invited to this festival, you know, the family that was hosting the festival, their son, you know, the guy I was seeing wanted me to go with him. And so like when I'm over at this other guy's house and he's like, what are you doing this weekend? And I told him where I was going. He was like, I'm gonna be there. He said, me and, homegirl, like, we got invited.
No.
Oh my God, it was the funniest thing because she didn't know I was gonna be there. She fucking hates me.
That's actually hilarious.
It was so funny because I don't know. It's something about like, just I don't like to. Your little sounded like this girl.
Oh my God, no!
This girl about to lie straight out her teeth. So I don't like to cause drama. Okay. Yeah. But if you're being a bitch to me for no freaking reason, and whether I like you or not, I'm always going to be cordial until you give me a reason not to be. Mm-hmm. So for you to go out of your way and just be a fucking bitch, yeah, it brings me joy that my existence keeps you up at night. Yeah. So when I say I walk into this festival, like everything's like so funny to me because
I'm just having a good time.
And nobody at the festival knows our dynamic, okay?
Yeah.
It's like that meme where it's like, it might hate me and I'm just at home just freaking having a good time, smiling and living my best life.
Imagine hating me and I'm just, learning how to juggle.
I'm at the festival just freaking...
And to make matters worse, I'm like, people consider me really attractive. Mm-hmm. So I get to wear a bathing suit in front of this bitch that hates me. Like,
oh, nigga just like, she's just like, wow.
And then also, you want to be extra nice to the people that are like friends with them so that they can go, I really love Sandy. Right? Have you guys met her? She is just the best.
And she's just seething under her skin. Just like,
beer bottle like breaks and shatters. He's like, everybody's like, are you okay? It's like, oh, I'm fine.
So I'm fine. Her hand's bleeding.
And it was funny because actually the guy that we were seeing, he was the reason why I, went rock climbing for the first time. Mm-hmm. And she came with us.
On the B&E? On the B&E? The breaking that y'all did when y'all scaling down and y'all saw the crack?
Oh, no. We went rock climbing indoors for the first time. I had rock climbed, I think, a couple times while I was here because a couple of my friends were into it. But I'm very, like, linebackerish. So I don't like upper body workouts and stuff because I like develop muscles or like arm muscles so easily. And so like I was like, okay, yeah, sure. It was something he was very passionate about, and I matched.
Getting ripped.
No. He well, okay, I forgot to mention this dude is also like, I think he's like 40, okay?
Oh.
So
he wasn't trying to do too much.
I would say, like, some people are really good, like they have agility.
Yeah, agility.
That's
okay, they have agility. They're like good with cardio, things like that, but it doesn't show. Like they're not like.
Yeah.
So he could definitely outrun me. He could for sure outclimb me, but like
it's just undercover.
Yeah. But yeah, we went rock climbing, and she got so mad because she's like doing like 9s and 8s and 5s and whatever else, like very like difficult things, and he's like, Sandy, do this, and I'm just like, okay, dance monkey, and I just get up there and I'm just like, a lot of women don't have upper body strength, but because I'm a mutant, I was just like, like with ease, and he's just like so impressed, and she's at the top of her little it was definitely one of the most entertaining periods of my life. I just breathing made
sounds
this
like you had a bunch of fun in West Virginia.
Oh yeah,
making everybody mad because you're hot.
We went to the bank and all these niggas are like, because there's no black girls here, and there's and that's her spot.
She's the token.
This is where she said, can we go somewhere else? The vibe is just different here for some reason. I just not
took her spot. Damn, she was like, wow, I thought I was the house girl.
And I can dance too. I'm shaking ass.
Hey, you do be dancing.
Yeah. Yeah, so very, very fun. Lots of places to, create content. Actually, I started the TikTok thing because I was doing so much, and I was like, I want to be consistent about something, Yeah. I wanted some type of structure in my life, and so I was like, you know what, my first account flopped. I'm gonna do this and not care about how many views I get, not care about how many and I know everybody says this, but that's literally how it happens. You just stop caring, and then everybody starts caring about you, and then you're like, what? And then overnight It only takes one thing to go viral, and then you're the Best Buy baddie.
I say then you're the Best Buy baddie, and you're getting 1,000 followers in an hour. Like.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I remember the feeling of just seeing that number grow and grow and grow, and I'm just like, I'm running into work. I'm like,
they're like, look at my followers.
Yeah, and everybody's just like, can you please put on your apron and get there? Like, okay.
They're like, we're here to work, not TikTok.
So, are you gonna get back on TikTok? Are you gonna do some more stuff? Since, you're on a little hiatus.
Yeah, it's been about over a year, almost 2 years now since I've really even posted anything. I kind of leaned into Snapchat a little bit, only because I still like posting about things, and I can't just keep all of this to myself.
Yeah,
so
like you know who still be Snapchatting like a lot. Like I love that though. It's good.
Yeah, a lot of people actually have like a huge following on Snap. Yeah. Like, and I didn't know that my profile was being shown to
other people.
Yeah, I'm getting messages saying like I'm popping up in their spotlight. I have followers that aren't even in the U.S. from Snap, and we're just like, whoa, that's pretty cool. So I just kept kind of feeding into it. So I'm kind of growing that. I don't know if I'll hop back onto TikTok because all of the things that are changing, and then also I was
might get banned.
No, I was just about to say, I kept getting banned, shadow banned, suspended.
The whole app might be fucking banned.
They're like, she's making too much money. Shut her down.
It's like, calm down.
It really sucks.
So she's draining the creator fund.
There was a lot of grown men who just like, oh my gosh, if I miss their comment or don't respond soon enough, they'll like report me or something. Yeah. Yeah, and it's just a whole bunch of things I don't want to get into because there's so much shit fucked up on TikTok. I really enjoy TikTok though, and then like I forgot what happened, but like most of the sounds that I have on TikTok are now like gone. Like all my videos are muted.
Universal like removed all their
I heard they signed a contract though, and that the music is back.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to look at my account now.
I heard that. I think like maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but I'm actually I would like to get more content for my Instagram, so that I would like to start getting sponsors and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be cool. So I want to build whatever on Instagram, and then also my people, they want they miss you, Sandy. They want a platform where they don't have to worry about like, is she gonna go away again? Is she gonna post? But also like some people don't like seeing my animals. Some people don't like seeing like the random stuff that I do. They just want to see me, which again, very unreal.
Yeah, because I mean, you do other things.
You're a person,
So
multifaceted.
I am thinking about getting an OnlyFans page. So that I can get people behind a paywall, and I don't have to if someone's paying for content, then I'm more likely to post content, but if it's TikTok or Instagram or whatever, I don't know if I'm gonna get paid from that.
Yeah, it's a gamble.
Plus I feel like if you're at an OnlyFans, people would be nicer because like you said, TikTok, Instagram, free. If you have to pay to get there, you're not gonna pay money just to be mean to me.
Right.
And if you do, thanks for the fucking money, idiot.
Yeah.
And people were actually very mean to me on TikTok. I got bullied a lot for no reason.
TikTok comments are brutal.
Yeah, man.
That's why I'd be scared to freaking post on there. I'm like,
TikTok and Twitter got like the meanest, like.
Yeah, Instagram too, low key. Like I saw this girl and she was a beginner nail tech or whatever, and the first comment was like, because I was like, they don't look the best, but she said she's a beginner, so. Yeah. And the first comment was, "These are horrible. Hope this helps." And I was like. That was a day where I was like, oh.
How would this help?
I was like, oh. Well, they're being a dick. Like, because you know how people have those videos? Yeah. And they're like, hope this helps.
People were literally commenting on my stuff. Y'all really falling for this? That's clearly a man.
Oh, you got the freaking hermaphrodite.
Not a man.
They were like, look at her arms, her shoulders.
Lady Gaga, like, sorry, I'm strong.
He said the shoulders give it away. I'm just like, okay, guys. And I
would have been like, definitely.
I'm not like offended by that, but I'm like, you choose to spend your time just like, what if I was a man? What of it?
I'm still prettier than you are, so you know.
That's embarrassing for you.
That's embarrassing for you. Like, sorry.
And it's like you can't really win. They're like, oh, she's using filters. She's not that hot. And then like my actual friends would comment and go, hey, I see her like in real life.
I see her
like,
in person.
She looks like that. I swear.
Here's a podcast, not filtered. This is just her face.
You're not gonna put like a blur.
I always
like
think that too.
Little
I mean,
effects.
I think the lights are kind of blurry.
Usually I don't, but I mean, I guess. All right, I lied.
I need you to have like a female's eye on this because men be like, yep, ooga ooga, and I'm just like, no, I look terrible.
Relatable.
Ooga is crazy.
It's terrible. That's why I hate like when you go out and you're like, oh, can you take a picture of us? I always look at my friend like, you just asked a man to do that.
I feel like I'm good at taking pictures though. When like people are like, oh, can I get a picture? I feel like okay, I'm okay.
He said, I'm not like the others.
I'm not like probably as good as a girl would be, but like I'm better than the average guy. So you know that's something for my.
No, when people ask me to take photos, I'm like, okay, grid on, portrait mode.
Okay.
I need you hand there. You up. There's too much negative space here. Like.
Yeah, I try to like make sure the composition is good, and I try to
Well,
make
you're
sure
an
I'm at
artist.
the eye level,
Yeah.
so
So that's
that you
cool.
know.
I think that helps.
Yeah, but I'm probably not a photographer, you know. But I try to make sure that because I have a lot of photos saved as like references. Because when I see something pretty, I save it. So I'm taking a picture of you.
So
I
you
try,
saved
I
all
try
my
to save.
photos?
I got you see me freaking screenshotting some of your. Because I'm like, wow, this is a great photo. I'm gonna screenshot this because this in my reference photo now because this is a good portrait. Or this
It's
is a good
actually
you know.
kind of crazy, kind of cool. Again, very unreal. How many people actually like save my? Listen, I get that there's a good number of men out there using my photos for whatever things. However, there are a number of people out there that just save all my stories, save all my photos. Someone, top follower, Alex, love you. He actually sent me a photo of he went to the mall, I guess, and took photos of me and put it on a t-shirt.
Wow.
That's so cool.
When he sent me the video, I was like, "Oh my god, is that me?" Or you're like,
Top follower.
"Oh my gosh!" No, he's so funny because like, you know, I just posted a bathing suit haul, or posted that I would create a bathing suit haul. I need to post that because that was a couple of weeks ago, and people already like paid for that.
You're like, where is it?
And so I had like. Posted on Snap like apologizing that's taking me too long. Like, you know, I have a full-time corporate job, so it sucks the energy out of me. It sucks on my time, you know. And so he swiped up on the photo and was like, what are we going to do? Call customer service and ask for a refund? So he just be spending and not even caring. Like, I remember he sent me like a good amount, like triple-digit amount of money for my birthday. And he was like, sorry, I can't send more. I'm going through a custody battle with my baby mama.
I'm kind of on your mind still. You know? Like, you're telling me with the custody battle, you
like
still
thinking
went
of you.
through the time to spend money. They fuck with you for real, and that's
For real. Cool. And I actually like respond to some of them, you know, just kind of keeping up with their life and stuff because it's crazy. It's been a couple years now. We actually know a lot about each other.
Yeah.
And like, so that's why I say they're my friends. They're not like, you know, like your regular definition of like, but there's so many different definitions.
They're like an internet friend.
Follower on the internet who you don't talk
For
to.
real. Yeah.
Like I said, you were on live freaking swiping down Tinder matches with them. Like,
These are my girls.
Emotional breakdowns with them and your tennis uniform on the side of the road when your tire fell off. Like you're really getting emotional like with these people. Like it's
therapy.
Not
like
know?
I my mental health like definitely declined when I stopped going live, and that's what made me really like appreciate you know all the stuff that I was doing, because like and some people would tell me that when I go live it felt like they're FaceTiming their bestie. And so that was my favorite part about it, because we just listened to music. You know, we used to have the bubble gun and like
not a bubble gun. That sounds fun.
The babies would be running around in the background. And I remember when I first started, the very first time I went live, guys, I was at Best Buy and I was working, and like so many people.
That's so funny. You were literally at work on the clock. Customers, hey where's the RCA adapters?
You don't see how busy? That's actually one of my most famous videos. One of my old coworkers agreed to pretend to be a customer, and he's just like in the background, like, "Hey, like I'm trying to purchase this," and I'm just like, I look at him, I'm just like,
around.
yeah. But I was so many people were saying go live, go live,
I love
go
the
live.
Best Buy era.
Lived for it. But I was just so like nervous about what do I talk about? What do I say? You know, like who's gonna watch me? No one's gonna watch me. And I logged on. I went live because I had to do some like those online trainings or whatever, and I was like, this is gonna be boring. Let me just
right.
Yeah.
Pass the time.
Yeah, and so I got on live, and King was there, and like a couple other people, and it was when I say I only had 12 viewers. 12 viewers. Got up to 24. I said,
ooh, not
this
a
is,
double.
I said, this is chill. This is, and I was on for like maybe a couple of hours or whatever.
Yeah.
Super chill, 20. And I'm like talking and kicking it and shooting the shit. I'm like, oh, this is not scary. This is fun.
Right.
So I was like, oh, I'll get back on, and chat with you guys once I get home from work. And I get home from work. We're unloading truck overnight. So I was home around maybe 1 or 2 a.m. I'm super like not intimidated because only 12 people were watching me.
Yeah,
cool.
right. Whatever.
I hop on and I'm like, hey guys, I'm back. And the number, like I'm like goofing around I have this big giant cage in the back, and RJ sounds like RJ sounds like a damn bird. So everybody's like, what kind of big ass bird is in this big ass cage? Oh my God. And so like we're listening to music, we're singing, we're dancing, bubble guns, and like literally the number was like just growing. I look back up at it and it's like 700 people in here. Hold on. And at the time I only had like 20 followers, maybe like 50, 80. I don't freaking know. But like it was like the biggest blast I've ever had. We had ourselves a ball. Like it was so much fun. I just fed off and I was like, I need to do this again. I want to do this again. And so I was going live every night, and I'm just like, emotional dump.
Just have a goddamn laugh on goddamn TikTok. And I feel like that's cool because like you don't really know them, so you can kind of really say stuff and not be afraid of judgment.
And I'm not in my hometown either.
Yeah.
So nobody knows me. Nobody knows anything about me. I may be a murderer. Who knows?
Could be.
They'll never know.
How will they know? Yeah. So it was really fun, and just kind of like went from there. And the next thing I know, I got 60,000 people watching me. Wow. And again, I'm
60,000 people
on live viewing me. I'm just like, and I just go to bed so happy, just like
that's like a TV show. Like
Sunny with a Chance. Who sends? You're my Disney knees.
It's our fourth.
No.
Fourth.
You said I'm trying to get lit, Mom.
Fourth contestant on the TV show. Hey, Zalisha.
Can you go sit down, or you can sit right here?
Can
but
I
you
go
can't
pee?
come through here.
Sure. That probably would be a good time to break. It's been great having you, Sandy. A lot of stories in you, but I mean, they gotta be when you've done as much things as Sandy's done, you got as many stories to tell as Sandy has.
I think that's how I like keep up socially, because I'm not really good with like conversation and like talking and stuff, but I have so many stories. I have stories for days. So yeah, I have to get a lot like listening friends. I think that's also why I loved going live too, because like I get to do all the talking.
You were the only person there to talk.
You don't get to talk over me. You don't get to tell me to shut up. I could kick you out of the chat.
I can get you out of here.
Yeah. So I have to get a lot of listening friends, because I definitely just da-da-da-da. If we're on the phone, you already know you're on the phone with me for at least an hour. Minimum. You have to like tell me to like say anything.
But I feel like, I don't know, honestly, I like hate talking on the phone, but like I feel like you'd make it fun. Like I feel like you'd be talking about shit going on and be like, wow, I'm really like into this story right now.
You had
like,
the babies in the background.
What happened next? Freaking.
Yeah.
God damn it, stop doing that, Georgie or RJ. Stop doing that.
I'm like, RJ, go find something better to do. Yeah, so, but I actually prefer phone calls over text. Like, I mean, I don't keep up very well, and I feel bad sometimes. So I'm glad they came out with like audio messages.
Yeah, I love those.
Except the people that are like, So
You're wasting my time here.
I'll just start. If I'm doing that, I'll just start over. Let me start over.
Thank
Right?
you, because you're a decent
Let me
person.
just start this message.
No, because you're not a menace to society.
Man, but I
Or
swear,
I'll be like, oh shit, I forgot what I was gonna say, and then send that, and then do it again.
unsend it.
At least just like pause. Like,
No, I send
stop.
it. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot what I was gonna say, and I'll send it to them that I forgot what I was gonna say, and then I'll just pick it up.
And then I'll at least like message them saying like audio message number 3 has the point in it. You know, give them options. You know, don't make them suffer.
Yeah, man.
But yeah,
Man, I swear I can sit here and talk all day, but we gotta go. But before we go, I like to do this thing called, what's your thing? Where we talk
you gonna
about.
make me shake my ass or something?
What?
Oh,
of course not. I mean, unless you want to.
Oh, no.
I mean, I'm not going if you want to. We're very pro ass shaking here, so
Good.
But what your thing is just something you've been enjoying for the past week or so. Like if it's like I don't know, a TV show or
I
a book
enjoy
or
nothing.
you got
This smile means nothing.
you got a new shirt you like or something.
I feel nothing but despair.
I guess the bright spot of your week, or
Okay, actually, my friend had actually said that. Actually, literally, sorry, I had to get that out because it just got. But one of my friends said that ever since I had this conversation Thursday with my current employers, that he's noticed a huge difference in me. I'm back to being like sharp and witty and like all the things. So I would say a highlight would definitely be like. So I've been trying to decide whether I want to stay where I am and do what I'm doing or what's the next move, what's the next step. So now I had a good conversation with my bosses and like them, being very supportive about me taking that next step. Because, a lot of employers are like, oh, you're weak, you're fragile, you're lazy, you can't cut it, you can't make it, And so for them to be like, oh, we totally understand, we're going to give you some time to figure it out. Not too much time.
Right. Like you're on a time crunch.
Yeah. And then also, I've been getting out a little bit this weekend, going downtown, which I hate. And, but I forgot how much I loved just being able to be mean to men for no reason. So to like feel very like up and sharp and witty again and just armed with insults to just go out here and like so that's actually been like such a highlight.
So I guess you're thinking that's the conversation that helped you realize that now it's time for me to do something else.
It took a lot of pressure off of my shoulders because I don't feel like I have to sneak to find something while trying to hold on to my because some employers will just let you go when they find out that you're
looking for something
else.
So communication and understanding, that's
that's
the thing of the week, being able to communicate and understand what's going on instead of you're fired, it's like here's a time so you could do something else because we value what you do, so we're not just gonna throw you in the trash can like
and let us know if you need any help getting to this or that. So I'm just like so happy, nervous, scared, excited, ready for my next move, my next big step.
I love that. I'm happy for you. My thing is nowhere near as deep or insightful as your thing. Honestly, I've been watching Sandman on Netflix.
Who? What?
Sandman on Netflix.
Sandman.
It's a cool show. It's about the Sandman. The nigga puts niggas to sleep. It's super.
Oh,
cool.
okay, yeah, I kind of got that from the. Have you seen Black Cake on Hulu? I started watching.
Oh, that was pretty good.
I've never heard.
I didn't finish it.
I started it, but I didn't finish it.
She said it was so good. I didn't even want.
What I saw was really good, but I didn't finish it. But what was that other one? The other black girl, that was really good too.
I saw little snippets of that, and I was interested in watching it.
I was like, oh, okay. It was quite the twist at the end.
We love a good twist.
What's your thing, Kyla? You enjoying something this week?
I have been watching
jocking these bitches.
Oh,
these hoes.
Well, I mean, I did work on my website, I guess.
Close enough.
It got finished, but that's not what I was going to say.
Okay.
I've been watching Project Runway again, so that's kind of my thing of the week because I like watching competition shows and it's about fashion and there's a little drama sometimes. But yeah, so the website and Project Runway, even though I've probably watched it twice before. Gotta have something familiar.
Love a good,
it's an
good
ADHD
comfort show. Yeah,
that's the comfort show. Oh man, well, thanks for coming, Sandy.
Yes, thanks
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being had. Go to motherfucking Apple Podcasts. Go to Spotify, YouTube. Give me a like. Give me a follow. Give me 5 stars. Give me a comment. If you love me, say you love me.
Subscribe.
If you hate me, shut the fuck up, please. Because I'm really trying to get up there.
Just send it in the
and
email.
it's free to be quiet. So you
Are you
can
gonna
do
put
that.
like buttons on there? Can it be like right here?
What kind of buttons?
Like
I could. Yeah,
follow, yeah.
I learned how to do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
You should have your guests be
Like
like
your
this.
hand.
Yeah,
What you
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
like a button like for like to like click on to like get to my social medias or like what do you mean?
Well, I don't know how
Just
YouTube works, but
Yeah.
you know, some people are like, click this link. To...
Oh yeah, you can put a
Yeah.
little link on YouTube. I don't know how to do it, but
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna learn how to do
We're not
it.
there yet, guys.
We gonna get there, maybe. Anyway, bye.
That was fun.